Hi everyone, my name is Varsha and welcome to Study with Varsha. So friends, EC2 instance I have already covered. If you are following my YouTube channel, so you know that I already have covered. So why again I have taken this topic? There is a reason and today we are going to discuss something different, not the thing which we have discussed. So in that class I have discussed how to create the EC2 instance and use cases, but today I will explain in what scenario which type of EC2 instance we have to choose and we have to purchase. So today's topic is little bit different, so if you have watched that video then also this video is very beneficial for you. So let's get started without any delay. First is AWS EC2 complete deep dive. Means EC2 instance types and purchase options with real-time example, and this video will take 40 to 60 minutes. Now, the what topic I'm going to cover today. What is EC2 instance? Why EC2 is important? EC2 instance types in a very detailed EC2 purchase option, real-time architectural example and best practices and summary we will discuss in this video. So first is what is EC2 means. EC2 means in a very simple way if we are talking, EC2 means it is Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud that provides scalable virtual server in AWS. You can choose CPU, memory, storage and OS and networking. EC2 replaces traditional on-premises server. So what is on-premises server? So before AWS, Google and before this every company have their on-prem services server and there only they used to deploy their services. Now, why EC2 is important? EC2 is important because it is on-demand scalability. So according to the requirement, it will scale up or scale down. Okay. And now the question is what is scale up and scale down means? Scale up means virtual scale. Okay. So it will increase the CPU and scale down it is horizontal. So it will increase the number of CPU. Okay. Now it will be high availability and global infrastructure and we can pay only for whatever we have used. Now, what is an instance type? Okay, so in the last class we have already only discussed how to create an instance, but what is an instance type? It will be defined like CPU power, how much the CPU that instance want, one CPU, two CPU, eight CPU. Memory means RAM, how much RAM, and storage types, which type of storage you want, S3 or what. Network performance and different workloads need different instance types. Okay. Now, EC2 instance category. So EC2 instance category is of 5 types. First is general purpose. And don't worry, I will explain each and every one in a very detailed with real-time example so that you will never forget. So first is general purpose, second is compute optimized, third one is memory optimized, fourth one is storage optimized, and fifth one is accelerated computing. So first is general purpose instance and it will come on T and M series. Means it will be balanced CPU and memory. General means balanced CPU and memory, not very high, not very low, and it is cost effective and it is used for web application, API, like developer and tester environment, and company using website that will use T3 medium. Now, I just want to explain in a more detail so that you can understand what is general purpose. So we can say that it is, all rounder. Why all rounder? Because take a scenario like a medium sized news website. Okay. And imagine a news portal like a local blog, like uh, anything like in YouTube also, and it's need to handle text, image, and user comments simultaneously. Since the load on the CPU and memory is roughly equal and predictable, so in this scenario we can use M5 large is the perfect balanced choice. So it's like a family car, good for city driving and long trips. Like, okay, now next is T series burst stable instance, and it is designed for variable workloads on CPU credit, best for low to moderate traffic application, and it is cost efficient. Okay, and it is also in T series. Okay, so yeah. Now M series, that is stable performance. So, consistent CPU performance used for production workload, backend services, microservices. Okay. Uh, 1 minute. Yeah. 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 Third one is compute optimized. So it is high CPU performance, lower memory compared to the CPU, and used for batch processing, media transcoding, high performance computing. Next one is memory optimized. Here RAM will be high and it will be used for databases like AMSQL, Postgres, in memory that will be cache, Redis, and analyticals. And here we are using R5 large. Now storage optimized. Here storage optimized means high disk throughputs and IOPS, low latency storage, and used for big data, low processing, data warehouse, and I3 large is an example. So, for example, a company collects application log daily and run analytics. So, this require very fast disk read and write, correct? So, I3 large is used because it provides high IOPS and low latency. Now, accelerated computing. So, it will use for GPU for computing and machine learning, AI training, graphic rendering we are using. So, training an ML model, you can say, and that is, using what we can say. ML model and require GPU power. This GPU power, if it will require, so CPU based instance are very low. So in this case, we are using Z4 DL large is used for AI and ML workloads. Okay. How to choose the right instance? So first we have to understand the workloads requirement. Monitor CPU, memory, and disk usage. Like as I told you, if we know that okay, this time that traffic will be medium, so we have to choose general. So as per our requirement, we have to use, and we have to avoid over provisioning and scale when needed. Like, if traffic is high at that time only, it should have to be scale up. It's not always scale up and scale down. Now, EC2 purchase options. So, purchase options defines how you pay for EC2. Choosing the right option reduce the AWS cost. So, on-demand instance. On-demand means pay per second or per hour. For example, if one developer is there and he want to test the code for 2 to 3 days, so in that scenario we can use this kind of on demand instance. So we have to pay for only 2 to 3 days because the testing is not going for the long term. So in that scenario we can use on demand instance. and it will be no longer term commitment when best for testing, short term workloads, and unpredictable traffic. Now, reserve instances. So, reserve instances we use for production things. For example, like in production, we have to keep our server 24 into 7 up only, and it will be for 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. So, in that scenario, we have to use reserve instances. It will be commit for 1 to 3 years, and here we can save up to 70% of all the cost. And here only best for production workload and stable usage. Now, spot instance. So, spot instance when we use when that non-critical environments will be there. For example, pre-prod, not pre-prod. You can pre-prod. We can say like testing dev environment, and here we can use unused AWS capacity, and like cost will be very low, very cheap, and can be interrupted anytime. Best for batch jobs and non-critical workloads. Now, saving plans. So it will be flexible pricing model, commit usage instead of instance type, and recommended for long-term AWS users. Real-time architecture, e-commerce applications. So if e-commerce applications, so web tier T3 medium reserved, app tier M5 plus reserved. See, reserved instances only for the long-term, spot for the bad jobs. ML services we are using Z4DN.X large on demand. Okay, so this is the real-time architecture. If you want to take a screenshot, you can take it. Now, cost optimization tips. So what is the cost optimization tips? So right size instance always we have to choose. And you can use auto scaling. So when the traffic will increase, so it will increase. Otherwise, automatically it will kill. Combined reserve plus spot. Both we have to use. Monitor using CloudWatch. Say we can monitor. Common mistakes what we you do like choosing instance based only on price. So you should not have to do this mistake. Many people do this mistake. They think okay this is spot instance now. Okay, we have to pay whatever we are using, or we can this is the you know uh, the reserve instance. No, we can use. So that mistake we should not have to do. We have to properly understand what is the requirement, and according to requirement we have to choose the instance. It's not only if the price is cheap, so we have to blindly trust on it. Okay, and ignoring monitoring metrics. So many people don't did not use the like monitoring metrics like CloudWatch and all. So these mistakes you should not have to do. You have to be properly monitor your instances to avoid any dangerous like instances. If in what way our instance is running, so we should have to know the proper knowledge. And using on demand for the long term workload, so that should we should not have to use. Now interview key points you are discussing. So first we have to explain the workload based selection and explain pricing model clearly, and you should have to add real time examples. If I have not mentioned here, you can ping in the comment box. I will provide the details, or otherwise to these days like everything is there, chat gpt and everything there, you can refer that. But if you want me to explain, you can just comment in the comment box, I'll explain. And summary means what we have discussed. EC2 provides flexible compute, instance type, match workloads needs, and purchase option help cost reduce. Final takeaways. So write EC2 instance, right pricing, scalable and cost efficient architecture. So thank you for watching Study with Varsha. Have a great day. And if you didn't subscribe my channel, do subscribe it.